You guys, I made a grave mistake. I just recorded this whole video, like over 20 minutes, no video captured. So we're going to get back into it. We got to get this YouTube video up. But if you guys can't tell by the title of this, you're going to learn how to land any job you want using math and the low hanging fruit method. This was the presentation that I did on or for our meetup in Austin, Texas. I went on the stage, did this. The audio got messed up, and so I don't have that to share, but I'm just going to re-record it. And honestly, this might be better because I'll be able to elaborate more as I'll have more time. So you want to land a job that you want using some pretty proven methodology, keep watching. And you can even do this if you're not qualified. So what I had people do when I first went up there, I said, all right, raise your hand if you are making the exact money that you want. You don't want to make any more. You're working as much as you want. You don't want to work any less. You have reached the pinnacle of success in high ticket sales. Raise your hand. Nobody raised their hand. And second bucket of people that is here, you're here because you know you can make more money in less time, get more leverage. You know that there's room for growth for you in this space. Everybody's hands went up, 100 plus people. So really quick, some context on who I am before you just blindly believe that I know what I'm talking about. I'm Dylan. I'm based in Austin. I quit a high paying roofing sales job right out of college to go into remote sales. I recreated a 6-figure income within 6 months working part-time. That's when later that year I started a $9 per month group chat, which is now the Serial Sales Community, the business I still run. I did one-off, or in this time I was doing like one-off B2B recruiting, consulting, sales process stuff, just helping business owners out. That eventually turned into Serial Agency, which is the business that I went on to scale a bunch of offers from being an idea to 500K to $1 million per month. That agency itself, we scaled from zero to $700,000 in a month. After that, I did sell the agency. I sold my share to the partner in it, and I scaled our community to 100K per month. But most importantly, just so you guys know, I kind of know the space. But most importantly, I've worked with a lot of sales reps, one-on-one or in small group setting, to land jobs. Like that is the specialty here. And before we really get into this, I want to set the record straight. These three gentlemen who were at the event, who were speakers, that's Trey Childress, owner of salesreps.com, Johnny Mao, owner of High Ticket Syndicate, Cole Angel, owner of Next Growth Sales Agency. If you want to learn how to make $50,000 in a month as a sales rep, I'm not your guy. I've never done that, and I'll never claim to have done that because I haven't. I've done it in business context, but not as a sales rep. Learn from those guys. You also can learn that from these guys. I'm sure you guys know who these people are. I've spent hours and hours with their stuff. Wouldn't be surprised if you have too. So my best recommendation, if you want to learn how to go from good to great at sales, learn from them, because my focus and the community's focus has always been landing the best jobs that we can. And that's doing that without, all the pitfalls and the downsides of the high ticket space if you don't know what to look out for, because that stuff is not fun. But instead, we do that through using a combination of these, which we're going to call like data points, unique positioning that is unique to you, nobody else, which we're not going to spend too much time focusing on. But then also this is the part where I ask the crowd, can someone tell me what this is? It's a funnel. Wow, great. You guys are probably familiar if you're in sales with this, which is a sales funnel, right? But we're not talking about the sales funnel. We're talking about a job application funnel. Now, I love funnels. And by the way, the presentation here on YouTube might be different because I have to pick up my head and move it around here on Loom. But I love funnels. They help me break up complex topics, illustrate in chronological order, and then understand statistics. I'm kind of a nerd, even though I'm a sales guy. I am more of a mathematical type. So they let me hyper focus on increasing throughput, make more effective decisions, and ultimately get what I want. So side note, before we go on, you should use funnels. They help you solve hard problems. They help me a lot. I want to talk about this, which is the intersection between the job application funnel and the low-hanging fruit method. Does anyone watching this video not know what low-hanging fruit means? Okay. I think whenever I asked that on the stage, everyone knew what it meant. But basically, just to define the term before we go on, it is like the most obtainable thing right in front of you. It makes the most sense to go for this because it is the easiest outcome to achieve. So The problem in the high ticket space when it comes to that intersection of the job application funnel and the low hanging fruit method, nobody knows how to identify where the low hanging fruit exists, fairy dust, if you will. So we need to turn this from an arbitrary thing into something that is structured and tangible, like the 2014 San Antonio Spurs. I told you I was from San Antonio. So this is the funnel. We got the steps in chronological order, but something is missing. This is where I asked the crowd, what is missing? Go around, nobody guessed it. It is the weight. Okay, weight equals the importance or the opportunity that lies at each step of the funnel, because not all funnels are created equally. You know, in this funnel, we have 5 steps that are all equally weighted or appearing to be equally weighted. This, for example, this is a funnel, 4 steps, all equally weighted. This is a more accurate representation of, you know, a funnel in this regard that we're talking about it. So now, how do we calculate and find out which parts of the funnel are most important for us to focus on? And the short answer is like you really can't. Like, there's not a very black and white answer to that, but there is a longer answer. So by default, the earlier stages will have more importance because they're easier to access. Those stages might have more people in them. That does not mean they are more competitive. So we want to use our unique positioning, all those data points that are unique to you, combined with an assessment of the role and the applicants to make an assumption on the weight of each step and where the largest opportunity lies. If we combine this with a deep understanding of the high ticket sales hiring landscape, which is my brain, this will allow you to implement the low hanging fruit method and land the job you want with ease. So similar to, you know, if you've ever ordered like a martini, you take a sip at the top, doesn't really go down that much. You take the same size sip at the bottom, goes down a lot. Not all steps are visibly created equal in these funnels. So that was a lot of words. What the hell am I talking about? Good question. I like pictures. Most people like pictures. They're easy to understand. I'm talking about, for the sake of this example, this green step and the blue step. There's always going to be people at the top that are outliers. There's always going to be people at the bottom that are outliers. They might as well not have even applied, but the average is pretty damn low in this industry. How do I know? Because I've looked at hundreds and hundreds, thousands of applications to make a bunch of hires and to help people get hired. So if you could be this person that is further away from the average and closer to best versus this person who's below 50% and closer to average, which one would you want to be? I think it's a simple answer, right? It's this one. You want to increase the distance from average. That is where the most opportunity lies. And if you can do that at every step of the funnel, let's call it 5 steps, across 20 jobs, you could imagine the throughput of the funnel is going to be much more. Now, the last variable here that we need to account for is the time or effort that you must put in to increase the separation in each step of the funnel. Now, the pros of this is people are lazy. They want it easy. They think experience sells itself, and the bar is basically in hell. You can really compete in other arenas aside from just sheer sales experience, because the premise of inbound remote sales by default doesn't bring in the hardest working people ever, except you watching this YouTube video. Now, the cons of this being the reality is the stuff that actually moves the needle is pretty boring, but you will win, and it will be far easier for you to do so. So let's talk about the actual high ticket sales job application funnel. I've built this over the years and refined it. We're going to start with timing, how fast you apply to jobs, the quality of your application, how prepared you are when it comes to applying and interviewing, the interview itself, and then the follow-up. The weight is going to look something like this. And let's run a real life example, right? So let's say there's a job hiring and they have 50 applicants. Timing, let's assume it's a competitive role. The last 40% of applicants are probably not even going to be really looked at because they've already found some that they like in the first 60% that they're already going through the next steps of the process with. Okay, so just doesn't even matter what kind of experience you have. Just by being faster than other people, you are getting more opportunity. So if 60% of people make it through this step, that leaves us with 30 applicants. Then the quality. 80% of the remaining 30 people did not put much effort into their application. They might have good experience, but their resume sucks. They didn't submit a Loom video. Their messaging was bad. They seem entitled. That wipes out, down from 30 down to 6, okay? 6 people that I potentially want to interview. And then being prepared. Some people, they're not truly interested. Maybe they're busy. They didn't show much effort. They don't even know what the role is. 20% of the applicants are going to get scooted out because they're just not taking it seriously. The interview is the next biggest step, but it is more down the funnel, so the weight isn't as significant. Most people by default are pretty bad at interviewing. Interviewing is a whole skill in itself, but 60% of people are going to fail this stage. So we go from 4.8 applicants to less than 2. And then the follow-up isn't going to land you a job if everything else was messed up, but basically nobody does it, and it could be the cherry on top for you that does get you, that 1% that lands you the job. So if we look at all the steps here, source, trust me, bro, quality of your application is traditionally where the biggest opportunity lies for you in this space. This is the part where I do a little crowd work. I point at sales agency owner. I say, sales agency owner, of these 3 resumes, which one of these guys would you be more interested in hiring? I mean, you guys are looking at the same thing I am, or not hiring, let's say interviewing. We have resume on the left. Before I even read it, I'm like, well, shit, this guy knows what he's doing. This looks good. Effort, clean, attention to detail, very well written up, articulated well. Then we have the middle guy, 2 years experience. I don't know, this looks kind of bad. 1 million in revenue, but it just looks bad. This looks elementary compared to this. This guy has way more high ticket sales experience than this guy, but I would rather talk to this guy. And then this one, I click on the link, I don't even have access. Dude, this guy is out. He is out because of this. He could have the most experience, but he is out because of that. Then we go to the Loom videos. This guy submits this. I see, nice lighting, good angle, put together, collared shirt, looks like a quiet room, front and center in the camera. Awesome. But then I see this guy, hoodie on, low angle, maybe a bedroom, open closet. This guy could have twice the experience, but before I press play on either of these, I already like this guy more. And if he does well, I'm going to consider him more than I would consider this guy. If you are watching this and you're either one of these guys, sorry to roast you. And then we have stuff like this. Oh, broken link. This guy is out, immediately out. He could have more experience than both of them combined times 5. He is out. This person, we ask for a Loom video. They say, call me. Out. Doesn't matter the experience. If you can't follow simple instructions in an application, how do I know you're going to fill out your end-of-day reports? How do I know you're going to update your CRM? How do I know you're going to follow up with your leads? This is really, it is a test to see how well you can follow instructions. And if you have the experience, then you're the person. So this stuff is very important. If I just had, let me go back here. If I had this resume and this Loom video for the same applicant, he is in the top 1% of consideration for anything. So just know that the bar is very low. Also, the way that we reach out with the messaging, this is where I ask, is there any Yoji guys out here? Yoji, heard you're looking for an appointment setter. The worst possible message you could send. Use some proper English, put some thought into this. Hey, Dylan, still looking for an appointment setter? Have a ton of relevant experience. Happy to shoot you over a resume, Loom, if so. Thanks in advance. Short, sweet, to the point, precise, not too assuming, not entitled, not undermining your experience that you do have or you don't have. Just clean, man. There's a big difference here. And then the submission itself. Are you following basic instructions? Are you completing everything? Are you making this difficult? Are you being thorough? All of that stuff combined with some sales experience, if you can max those out, I promise you're going to increase the throughput. So, guys, crazy idea here. Instead of worrying if you're making the cutoff at each step of the application funnel or thinking you're not getting hired because you don't have the experience, Most of these big significant changes that are going to move the needle for you are effort-based and only need to be done one time. So better resume, effective Loom framework, good lighting, no skill, just effort. If you can be top 10% of every five or all the five funnel stages, not even talking about sales experience here, your number of offers across 50 applications goes from 1.54 to 26. Now, are you going to get 26 offers from 50 applications? Probably not, because I told you the calculation isn't perfect, but assuming you're applying to stuff that is within reason and you have the experience to back it up, like you can just see here how the difference of the application throughput is night and day. So as the competition goes down, offers go up. You do the boring work early. Don't focus on getting hired. Focus on making it to the next step of the funnel one at a time. You may have heard of this saying, a square is always a rectangle, but a rectangle can never be a square. Well, here's my rendition of that. A highly valued sales employee does not need to be the best salesperson, but the best sales employee can't do it without being great at sales. So to be clear, I'm not telling you to not be good at sales, but what I am saying is that through a combination of using funnels, low-hanging fruit method, and a little bit of effort, a lot of companies, more than you probably think, would consider a great employee / teammate over the next coming of Jordan Belfort. And you can still make a lot of money being a highly valued salesperson on a good team without even being the best. So my message to you is lean into what's within your control, the experience you do have, the effort you can make. And before you know it, you're going to end up like this gentleman here. I'm not reading that text down there because that's a mouthful. But that is the low-hanging fruit method and how it applies, to the concept of the funnels, maximizing the throughput of the funnel, and then focusing on what is actually the low-hanging fruit, which the most low-hanging fruit is the quality of the application. Notice how I barely talked about sales experience in this video. You don't need it to make a good income in the remote sales space, okay? To round this out, if you want our help going through this process to make it seamless, to make sure you're not skipping over things, or you're not accepting bad jobs, and you want access to 300 to 400 jobs per month, if you go to the last link in the description, there's a Google Sheet. All of the jobs that we post are listed there. We have the niche, the role, the on-target earnings, and you can see the caliber of opportunities that we're posting. If you had the inbound jobs and you were the best applicant going into this, it would make sense why these people are landing good jobs fast. Okay. Now, if you're not in any kind of community, you're not in any network, you probably don't have the jobs, and you're probably going to freestyle what we just went over, which you could probably do pretty decent. But we have a framework that is proven. And again, this stuff that I'm talking about, it's based on me working with over 500 people over the last 3 years, but also scaling a sales agency to $700,000 billable commission in a month, hiring, like we had 30 people in the agency, sales reps, when I left. I kind of know what I'm talking about. So if you want it easy mode, and you want inbound to you jobs, and you want to do this alongside people that have already figured it out, people that are currently figuring it out, and you just want to make this space a lot more smaller and less scary, and you want to understand it more, go to the first link in the description. That is the serialsalescommunity.co. That is the business that I've had many iterations of over the last 3 years. It started as a Slack group chat, but is now a lot more than that. It is called a community, but there is a very structured service that we go through with you guys in there. So that is this video. Thank you guys for watching. If you want to land a good quality remote sales job, I'm going to toot our horn. I think we're the best at it. And that's all I got. Oh, by the way, we're back on the regular schedule uploads. Thursday is going to be the educational, informational videos. Sundays is going to be more of the behind the scenes, some education, but behind the scenes, building businesses, living life, being a dude. We're in sales so we can live a badass life and not have sales be our life. At least me. I don't know about you guys, but yeah, that's why I'm in it. That's why we do this. So thank you guys for watching. We'll see you later this week.